Hi, guys. So, this morning, during my morning Bible study time, I just felt like God was prompting me to share a little bit of my testimony with you guys, because so many things we deal with that's it's just not talked about much, and we hide so much as women from the world because, like I said in the other devotional, we want that perfect life, and we want that perfect life to be shown to everyone when really we're not perfect, and God knows that. So it doesn't matter how you try to come off to the world. It doesn't matter, because God knows you're not perfect, and that's the only opinion that really matters. So I want to talk to you about stepping out of the boat. So I have always been very much like Martha. I jump in. I don't know the word no, or used to not know how to say no to people. Whatever was asked of me, I would do it. I've taught Sunday school to kids. The oldest age I have taught in any kind of class at church is the college age. That was interesting. That was definitely out of my comfort zone. I stepped out of the box with that one, or out of the boat. But just a few months ago, for 6 years, I was in children's ministry as a children's pastor. And, I just really thought that I had found my place, what God wanted me to do, my calling. And I felt at home there. I am a big kid. I like to act goofy a lot, and it was wonderful learning about God, learning the Bible stories over, and being able to teach them to children, and really learning the basics, the foundation of God and who He is and what He has done. So a few months ago, probably, I guess it was about May, I really felt like God was saying, okay, it's time to step down from children's ministry. See, a few years ago, I was at a conference, and God gave me this vision of birthing 4 10-pound babies. And I didn't know I was pregnant. Didn't know. My husband was at work, and I just popped these 4 10-pound babies out, and I put them in a crib. Magically, a crib appeared, diapers appeared, all this stuff that they needed appeared, and I put each one in their crib with everything they needed, the diapers, the food, whatever a baby needs, I had put in that crib with each one of them. And then I just step away and I leave them. And I go to my husband's work and I say, honey, I just had these 4 10-pound babies. And he said, why are you here with me? Why are you not home taking care of them? And I was like, oh, they can take care of themselves. They don't need me. But then I went back home and checked on them. So what I realized, what God showed me after that, that was interesting, and I was a little confused. I didn't know really what that meant. But it's 4 ministries that would birth, and He would use me to birth those ministries, and I would nurture and give it whatever it needed, and step away and check on it every once in a while, just make sure they didn't need anything from me. And that blew my mind, because like I said, I'm the one that doesn't say no, and I have control issues, and I know that, and it just blew my mind. Like, me, you're using me to make this happen. So that's where Love Notes Ministry has come in. I really feel like the parts of Love Notes Ministry is those 4 10-pound babies, and all the training from children's ministry, and from all the things I've done in the past. has just been training me. That was God giving me what I needed to make this happen. So, okay, so let's go back to stepping out of the boat. So, probably about May, I felt like God was saying, you need to step down from children's ministry. And y'all, this broke my heart. It really did. I struggled. And I didn't know how I would do that. And here's another thing. I was worried about what people would say. Why is she stepping down? What's going on in her life? You know, a lot of times we like to gossip and we like to talk about people when things change in their life. We're like, wonder why that happened. And we make scenarios in our head about these people. And I didn't want people to do that about me, because truly, and I didn't want the kids in my children's ministry, I didn't want them to feel like I was just leaving them, because that's not what it was. I love those kids like they were my own. And so one Sunday I went to my pastor and told him that it was time to step down. And God had given me the word recovery, like that was the next step. And I'm thinking, I even said this to God. I said, God, I don't deal with big people. I deal with little people. I don't know where this is coming from and why recovery is what you're giving me. Well, he wouldn't give me anything else, because he knew that if he gave it to me too soon, I would jump right in and start making it my own and not what he wanted it to be. So we started the transition process of me stepping down, and every Sunday and every Wednesday night, every time I got a chance, I would tell Pastor or his wife and that, you know, maybe I'm hearing God wrong. Maybe this is not it. And they kept telling me, you know, if it's time, it's time, Rosie. Give it up. And y'all, I tried to hang on, and that wasn't what God had planned. And I totally get it now, but at the time it was so scary. So I stepped out of that boat. And from that, he didn't say anything to me till the end of July. The end of July was the date that we had set for someone to take over in children's church and for me to go to Big People Church. And the last 2 weeks I was sick. I had some stuff going on, and I didn't get to spend my last 2 weeks with the kids. And it hurt. It hurt that I didn't get those last 2 weeks. But, you know, everything happens for a reason. And God knew what he was doing, because he knew if he didn't just take it from me that I would hang on. So, the first Sunday in August was my first time in Big People Church without the stress of how's the kids doing in there. And as I was getting dressed that morning, God said, "Be still, my child. It's time for recovery." The recovery's not for anyone else. It's not a ministry. It's a ministry for you. For yourself. For personal reasons. And I kept hearing recovery, refreshing, revival, rest. So, you know, as a woman who can't let go and let God have control of everything, that was so hard. The first few weeks was very, very hard. But, you know, I've come out of this as a totally different person. I have that peace that I never thought was a real thing. I've flourished, and I can actually say that about myself, and I feel good about myself, and And I've turned over so many situations, like my 4 adult children and, you know, their lives, and I can intercede on their behalf without getting in God's way now. It's not what I want, it's His will. It's His wanting for me, His plans for me. It's no longer my plans. So I kept saying that Love Notes Ministry was coming after He gave me a little bit more information. He was just giving me bits and pieces, and I knew why He was doing that. I kept saying, God knows me. God knows me. And He knows if He gives me too much, then I'm going to turn it into something that's not in His will. Because that's happened in the past, and I know that. And so I started putting the pieces together, and I'm like, the first of the year we're going to kick this Love Notes ministry off. The first of the year, meaning January 2023. And here we are in September. The ministry's slowly birthing, and I'm just taking it one day at a time. I'm listening to God's voice. When He tells me to do a video, I do a video. When He tells me to record my workout, I record my workout. When He, it's amazing. And I've totally given control over. And you know, it's not even that burdensome, anymore that I'm not in children's ministry on Sunday mornings. I can freely go into worship and know that I'm where I'm supposed to be. It was a struggle when I stepped down with, you know, all the questions of, why are you doing this? Are you sure this is what God is actually saying to you? Some of my closest friends thought that I was making the biggest mistake of my life, and really, no, I wasn't. See, I stepped out of that boat, and I'm following God, and I'm listening to His voice. And as long as you're walking in His will for your life, nothing can tear you down, and nothing can bother you. And yes, the enemy still tries. He tries really hard. But you know, he doesn't have a hold on me anymore. And I can walk in confidence. Several people at church yesterday made the comment of, wow, you're glowing. Yes, I'm glowing because you know what? I'm walking in the Spirit. And walking in the Spirit's beautiful. It's hard, but it's beautiful. So guys, I just want to encourage you, if God has laid anything on your heart, step out of that boat in complete faith with no doubt whatsoever in your mind and go for it. Because you know what? If it's truly from Him, everything will work out in His time, in His way. You will not starve. You will not be homeless. You won't be, struggling. And when the devil does come at you, you can say, oh, no. We ain't having this today. Devil, you get under my feet. I am stomping you out of my life. I am rebuking you out of my life. You ain't got no hold on me. So I hope this touches someone today. These messages, I can't even believe I'm sharing my life out there with the world. I share a lot on Facebook, but this is just totally different. But I hope each and every one of you have a very blessed day, and I will see you again soon.